So again, the brown or gray fish are our brown chromuses mixing with the sergeant majors. Now if you see a group of fish and it's made up of one species, we call that a school. If it's made up of two or more species, like the one you're seeing here, we call that a shoal of fish. Now I do have one place in the Keys. Oh, there's a queen angelfish. I just like to point out before we pass over it, just outboard of windows 6 and 4. So that blue fish with the yellow tail right over the bottom of the ocean floor there. So it's dinner plate size, it's flat or laterally compressed. So just outboard of window 4 there. Now that fish got the name queen angelfish because right on top of its head it has a circular marking that looks kind of like a crown. So we call it a crown or nacellus. Now if you guys are seeing that fish with the yellow head, yellow tail, and black midsection just outboard of window 6 that's dish-shaped, that's known as our rock beauty. Now this is the smallest of our angelfish, so it's in the same family as that queen angelfish. And it has a yellow head and yellow tail. We call that color pattern disruptive coloration because it actually makes the fish look like two separate fish. So if a predator approaches, it's less likely to attack two fish than one, so it's a form of protection for that fish. Now I was just talking about fire coral earlier. Now there's a famous structure down here in the Keys known as the Christ of the Deep statue. Now it's an underwater Jesus statue that people like to visit, take their picture with, touch it. Oh, that's a great barracuda, just under window 6 there. So I can talk about that great barracuda in just a second. So just under windows 6 and 4, that torpedo-shaped fish right over the sandy bottom. So just outboard of window 4 here, we just passed over one of our great barracudas. And just to finish up with that fire coral, when people go to this statue, they like to take their picture with it, touch it, and very soon after they start feeling a burning sensation. Now they often mistake it for a religious experience, but that whole statue is covered with encrusting fire coral. So if you guys do go out there, just be careful so that you don't get burned. Now there was our green coral we just passed over, outboard of windows 2 and 4 on our right side here. Now I'm glad you guys got to see a great barracuda out here. They are pretty common out on the reef, and they tend to be about 2 to 4 feet long. Now they can grow to 6 feet long, and the longest one ever caught on a line down here was 7 feet 2 inches long. Now these gray barracudas are often gray in color, but they can be silvery, they can be white, and they can even have patterns all over their bodies. So sometimes you'll see them and they'll have spots, or they can even take on a tiger-like pattern. Now these big gray barracudas have a bad reputation down here because they can be intimidating to divers, but they are very curious fish. And they are also attracted to shiny objects. So on a diver, a shiny object in very cloudy water can appear like a fish scale.